She is a simple, strong, and resilient girl. She has nothing in her hands. No money, no status, no education. Then one day, she helps an elderly woman, unaware that this encounter will change her life forever. Who is this woman? What secret is she holding? Join me as we uncover this mysterious and unexpected story. If you're following this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know where you're watching from. The busy market street in Lagos, Nigeria, is the most vibrant part of the city every morning. The colorful stalls are filled with fresh goods, from fruits and vegetables to local delicacies. Zola, a poor girl in her 20s, stands selling fruit right in the middle of the market. She only has a small table to display her goods, with golden mangoes and fresh bananas. Every day, Zola works hard from early morning until late evening, trying to earn enough to get by. Yet, her life is always lacking, especially since her parents died in a car accident a year ago. Since then, she's been left alone, without any family, with no one to rely on. Zola's only dream is to become a nurse, but that dream is slipping further away as she can't afford the tuition fees. Today, like every other day, Zola smiles and greets customers, though her eyes reflect a sadness, as if the pain of loss never stops. Suddenly, an elderly woman enters her stall, with a gentle face and a tidy appearance. She looks over the fruits before placing an apple on the table. "Would you like to buy this apple?" Zola asks, her voice soft. The old woman nods. "Yes, dear. I'd like to buy some apples for dinner." Zola happily rings up the price, but when the old woman reaches into her bag, she seems flustered. She searches her bag but can't find her wallet. She looks up, her face slightly anxious. "Oh dear, I've lost my wallet," the old woman sighs, her face turning red. "I don't have money to pay you." Around her, other shoppers begin to notice and cast unkind looks at the old woman. A man standing nearby speaks up impatiently. "You're shopping without money? That's ridiculous." Another woman frowns. "How careless. She's probably trying to get something for free." The old woman lowers her head, her hands trembling, not knowing what to do. The harsh words from those around her hit her like a wave, making her feel ashamed and isolated in the crowd. Zola, witnessing this, feels a deep sadness in her heart. She can't let the old woman leave empty-handed. "Let me pay for it," Zola steps forward and says sincerely. "I'll help you buy this apple. Don't worry." The old woman looks up at Zola, her eyes filled with surprise and gratitude. "You really? But I don't have any money." "It's all right," Zola smiles. "You go home safely first. I'll take care of the payment for you." Though the old woman continues to try to refuse, Zola insists and hands her the apple. "Don't worry, just go home and rest." Finally, the old woman accepts the apple, her eyes lighting up, but also filled with tears. "Thank you, dear. Thank you so much." Watching the old woman walk away, Zola feels her heart warmer than ever. The people around her still look at her with curiosity, but Zola doesn't mind. Mama Amina's small but neat house, adorned with beautiful hand-woven rugs and a small garden in the backyard, was a reflection of the simplicity and warmth of her life. The day after Zola helped the elderly woman buy the apple at the market, the woman invited Zola to her home as a gesture of thanks. Zola followed her inside, where the old woman sat down on a well-worn armchair, carefully placed but showing signs of love. Mama Amina smiled, her gaze gentle as she looked at Zola. "Please, sit down, don't be shy. I want to thank you truly." Zola felt a bit uneasy, unsure of what to say. She was just a poor girl in this city and didn't think her small act was anything special. "I only did a small thing, no need to thank me so much," Zola replied. Though many people overlooked Zola's kindness, To Mama Amina, it was a significant gesture. She expressed her heartfelt gratitude, promising never to forget Zola. Mama Amina took Zola's hand, speaking with emotion. "You don't know, Zola. In this life, many people are in a rush, busy with their own lives. But not everyone has a heart like yours, helping others when there is nothing to gain in return. That is what is truly valuable." She looked at Zola with eyes full of appreciation. Zola only smiled softly, feeling the sincerity in her words. She didn't want to make a big deal out of what she had done, simply thinking that it was the right thing to do. However, Mama Amina's gaze made Zola feel deeply moved. "I will never forget your kindness," Mama Amina added. "You have a rare heart. Not many people can do what you did." What Zola didn't know was that Mama Amina was the mother of Kofi Ayodele, the CEO of one of the largest tech companies in Africa, a powerful figure with influence in the region and beyond. Despite his wealth and status, Kofi rarely visited his mother. His life had completely changed after his family's great success. Mama Amina lived humbly, clinging to old-fashioned values and cherishing what mattered most to her: love, kindness, and compassion. Zola remained unaware of the man Mama Amina referred to as her son, as she never boasted or spoke of him. To Zola, Mama Amina was just a kind and respectful woman leading a simple life. But for Mama Amina, Zola was something special. She saw the purity in Zola's heart, an innocence untouched by material concerns. This inspired Mama Amina to decide to do something for Zola in the future. In the upscale office of a skyscraper, with a panoramic view of the city, Kofi Ayodele, the young CEO, worked tirelessly in his luxurious office. His company was expanding across Africa, but his personal life remained empty. Kofi sat in his office, his eyes gazing absent-mindedly out the window, watching the bustling energy of Lagos below. Despite being a successful CEO, Kofi's life lacked the warmth he truly longed for. While he owned a large tech company, with multi-million-dollar contracts, he always felt an emptiness, a lack of genuine connection in his heart. Today, he thought again of the story his mother, Mama Amina, had shared about Zola, the girl his mother met at the market. She told him how Zola had helped her without asking for anything in return, even though she didn't have any money. The simplicity and kindness of Zola intrigued Kofi. How could such a poor girl have such a big heart? Mama Amina's story about Zola's selfless act stuck with Kofi. Drawn to her, he started to wonder why Zola would help his mother when no one else did. He was moved by the fact that Zola had asked for nothing in return. Kofi called his assistant to ask for further investigation into Zola. The next day, Kofi decided to visit the market where Zola worked to see her for himself. He stood at a distance, hidden in the crowd, not wanting to be noticed. Zola, still with her bright smile, was busy selling fruit and helping people around her. A 5-year-old boy stood crying, struggling to navigate through the stalls. Zola quickly walked over, knelt down, and asked, "What's wrong, little one?" The boy wiped his tears and pointed to the market. "Where's my mom? I'm lost." Zola gently comforted him, saying, "Don't worry, I'll help you find your mom. Come with me." She carefully took his hand and led him through the market until they found the worried mother. "Thank you." The mother sighed in relief and embraced her child. Soon after, Zola helped a pregnant woman struggling with several heavy bags. Without hesitation, Zola walked over and asked, "Do you need help?" The woman looked at her gratefully. "Thank you, I'm so tired. I don't know how I'll carry all these bags to my car." "It's all right, let me help," Zola said, lifting all the heavy bags and assisting the woman. Kofi stood in the distance, observing it all. He felt warmth from Zola's actions, and his heart ached. She really is someone special, he thought, filled with admiration. In that moment, he knew he had to find a way to approach Zola, not just to thank her, but to understand who she truly was. The next day, Kofi decided not only to observe from afar but to approach her, like a friend, someone he felt an undeniable urge to understand better. Zola continued to work diligently, skillfully arranging ripe bananas on the table, unaware that someone was watching her closely. As Zola's life continued to unfold in its simple and hard-working way, Kofi couldn't tear his eyes away from her. He had seen everything and felt a pull in his heart. With that resolve, Kofi stepped out of the shadows and walked toward Zola. "Hello, Zola," he said, his voice gentle yet filled with authority. Zola looked up, surprised to see the man standing before her. He was a striking figure, well-dressed, and it wasn't hard for her to realize that he wasn't someone ordinary in this market. "Hello," Zola replied, feeling shy as she looked at him. "Can I help you with something?" Kofi smiled, then looked deeply into her eyes. "I'm Kofi Ayadil," he introduced himself. "I'm the son of Mama Amina. She's spoken a lot about you." Zola immediately remembered Mama Amina, the woman she had helped at the market a few days ago. "Oh, you're Mama Amina's son," she exclaimed in surprise. "I can't believe I'm meeting you here." Kofi nodded and smiled. His smile made Zola feel a little flustered. "My mother is very proud of you," Kofi said. "Thank you for helping her. I truly appreciate it." Zola didn't know what to say. She just nodded, feeling a little embarrassed standing before someone like Kofi. "I just did what I could," she replied. "You're a very special person," Kofi said, his gaze lingering on Zola. "You're not like the people I meet every day. You help others without asking for anything in return. That's something rare." Zola's heart warmed, but she kept her humble demeanor. "I just think that helping others is the right thing to do." Kofi didn't speak for a while but just looked at her. He realized that in this chaotic and self-serving world, Zola was the purity he had never found. "You must be very busy," Kofi finally broke the silence. "I just wanted to thank you again. And if you don't mind, I'd love to invite you to dinner, just to talk. I'd like to get to know you better." Zola hesitated for a moment, then nodded. I'm not sure, but if you'd like, I'll come." Kofi smiled, his eyes filled with satisfaction. "Great, I'll be in touch with you." Zola stood there, watching as Kofi walked away. She didn't understand why she felt such a strange connection with him. But no matter what, she could sense that something special had come out of this encounter. That evening, Zola met Kofi at a restaurant. She wore a simple light blue dress that accentuated her fresh, bright face, making it impossible for Kofi to look away. The more he gazed at her, the more he felt an overwhelming need to protect and shelter this girl. One day, Kofi called Zola to a meeting at one of the shopping malls his company managed. "Would you be interested in working here?" Kofi asked as Zola sat across from him in a spacious room, overlooking the beautiful Lagos cityscape. Zola was taken aback, unable to believe what she was hearing. I can't possibly work here. I don't have any experience." Kofi smiled. "You have enthusiasm and a good heart. I believe you'll learn quickly. This could be an opportunity for you to grow." After a moment of thought, Zola agreed. She knew this was a rare opportunity to escape the difficult life she had been living. In the following days, Zola learned quickly. She worked hard, helping her colleagues and mastering the tasks at hand. She didn't just become an indispensable part of the team, but was entrusted with more responsibilities. Her effort and sincerity earned the trust and respect of everyone at the mall. Gradually, Zola was promoted to the position of executive director, a role she never dreamed she'd hold. Day by day, as they worked together, they grew closer. Kofi realized that Zola wasn't just a great colleague, but the woman he wanted by his side, someone who could fill his heart with happiness. Kofi could no longer keep his feelings for Zola inside. He decided it was time to express his emotions. "Looking at Zola," he said. "Zola, do you know," Kofi said, his eyes filled with affection. "Since I met you, my life has changed. You are not only the woman I admire, but also the one I want to share everything in life with." Zola looked at Kofi, her eyes filled with emotions. She couldn't believe that the man she had once seen only as a colleague had now become the one she loved. Kofi took Zola's hand and asked, "Zola, will you be my companion for life?" Zola nodded, smiling happily. "Yes, Kofi." Their wedding was a simple yet romantic ceremony held at a villa overlooking the sea. Friends and family gathered to bless the couple. The bride, Zola, wore a simple yet elegant white dress, while Kofi looked dashing in a black suit. Everyone smiled and wished them well for the love they had found. On their wedding night, after a warm and loving celebration, Kofi and Zola returned to their private room. They sat together, hand in hand, gazing into each other's eyes with love. It was the moment when they both knew that no matter how many challenges life might bring, they would always be together, facing difficulties side by side, building a bright future ahead. The story of Zola and Kofi highlights the power of kindness and simplicity in life. It shows that even in difficult circumstances, acts of kindness can change lives, connect hearts, and open doors to new opportunities, bringing true happiness and love. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. I'd love to read them. There's another amazing story coming up, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell to be the first to watch it. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a like and share it with your friends.